Hey everyone, Reflected here, and today I want to show you my latest acquisition, a Star Sportswear A-2 jacket made by Bill Kelso, and tell you why I think it's the ultimate A-2 jacket. If you watched my A-2 jacket buyer's guide video, you already know that it was the official summer flying jacket of the US Army Air Corps until early 1943. It's probably the most iconic leather jacket of all time. You probably also know that there were several manufacturers that were awarded these government contracts to make A-2s, and each of them interpreted the specifications slightly differently. A different pocket flap or a collar shape, different colors, ratios, construction, and whatnot. Several of these manufacturers had produced sporting goods before the war, like J.A. Dubois from Chicago or Star Sportswear from Lynn, Massachusetts. If you produce sporting goods, you know very well how to design garments that are meant to be worn in action, right? If you built an army, who would you rather ask to make their combat uniforms? Adidas or Louis Vuitton? Exactly. So Star Sportswear applied all their expertise and knowledge and came up with what's, in my opinion, the best A-2 ever produced. They were awarded contract number W535 AC 28557 42-18-245-B on May 18, 1942 for 30,000 jackets. This was their only one, although after the war they produced several G1s too for the Navy. So let's have a look at the unique characteristics of Star Sportswear A2s. They have a large, beautifully curved, unmistakable crescent moon-shaped collar that was attached without a collar stand. Because although those look very classy, these jackets were mainly worn sitting down, and the collar that's too tall can get in the way of your chin. Many A2s that don't have a collar stand look quite plain and dull in my opinion, but the pointy, graceful, curvy star collar looks extremely stylish. The pocket flaps are sharply scalloped, they have beautiful curves, and the sleeves are a little more tapered than other contracts. The most important characteristic is the fit. Of all A2 contracts, Star Sportswears are one of the slimmest fitting ones. They are the closest to how modern-day leather jackets fit. If you've had A2s, you know how they tend to be pretty snug and restrictive, even if they have a lot of room in the torso. So you may think that a slim-fitting one is impossible to wear. But you'd be wrong. Star Sportswear pulled it off. The sleeves are attached in a way that they are already rotated, reaching forward, as if holding the yoke of a B-17. Okay, maybe not that much, but in combination with the wider than usual back panel, it allows for an exceptional freedom of movement of the arms. The sleeves don't pull up that much when you reach forward. I also have a rough wear 23-380 from Bill Kelso, almost the same measurements. The rough wear has a wider shoulder and a more roomy torso, but it feels a lot more restrictive than the Star when moving around. Mine is made of Bill Kelso's exquisite Italian Liberty horsehide in seal brown color. Most original Stars tended to have a darker than average hide color. The thread they used for stitching was either tan or a purplish color. I went with this leather because it's less contrasting, blends in better, and makes the reddish hues of the hide pop out. Most A2s had medium brown cuffs and waist knits, but on many original Star jackets, these were darker brown. This is what I went for because the darker knits make the hide look lighter, more of a dark russet. Finding the right size was a bit of a mission, but I already had some nice fitting A2s and I could come up with the right measurements that would fit well. I ended up custom ordering a size 40 long, adding an inch to the sleeves and back length. This is not entirely unrealistic, as during wartime their measurements also varied, as these jackets were cut and put together in a rush. For reference, I'm 184 centimeters tall, 75 kilos, with a chest size of 39 inches. I've only had it for a few weeks, so it still needs to be broken in. You know how horsehide jackets can feel a bit like you're putting on armor at first, but the more you wear them, and the less you baby them, the sooner they break in, and there's nothing more comfortable than a broken-in horsehide jacket. It literally molds to your shape. I'm looking forward to putting in some flying hours in this one. By the way, the Crusher cap I'm wearing is also new, made by Aviation Military Headwear with an original Eagle badge. They make the best repro crushers out there, hands down. Alright, I hope you found this video interesting. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other jacket reviews. See ya!